All right, hello and welcome to today's episode of Don't Drink Alone. We are your hosts. I'm Bill Wallace.
I'm Sarah Wallace.
And yes, as you, our many viewers have already deduced.
Deduced.
They've deduced.
I like that.
Thank
That
you.
was cool.
Sherlock Holmesian.
Our many viewers.
Our many viewers. We're not in our wine room. It's over there. It's nearby.
Sorry,
if there's a
I
wine
can
room.
actually hear the
Yes,
air conditioning.
The air conditioning
It's
cranking as
kind
fast
of
as it can.
embarrassing.
Well, that's the
yeah.
whole point, because it is now finally sunny here in Washington, which means it is rosé season.
Yay!
Yay!
I do love rosé season.
It's always
People think we don't drink anything but red wine.
that yes,
And they're wrong.
And they're wrong because we just happen to live in Washington, where it's cold all the time. I love Washington. It's my favorite place, and it's cold all the time.
I live in Washington.
Ouch. Well, looking forward to
many years
Many
to come with me in Washington because I love every part of
everything about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's actually sunny, it's actually beautiful, and so it's
It
a
is
great
beautiful.
opportunity to talk about the joy of rosé.
There.
It's perfect.
I put on a tank top for this and everything
You did?
because it's warm outside and I get to wear this like 5 times a year.
Right.
So I'm putting on my
and we get to drink this like 5
sunglasses.
times a year
I
too.
know.
So yeah, we want to talk about rosé because actually this kind of goes against the whole philosophy of what we do in terms of the don't drink alone, talking about pairing it with food and all things like that. Because the beauty of a rosé is that you should just be able to sit out here and
yes,
drink.
which you can.
We
Really,
should still
sometimes
then
I come home
drink
and
with another
he is
person.
literally drinking alone right here. And
There is much truth to that
Yeah.
statement. But that is the beauty of it, is that when it's sunny and it's beautiful out, and the sun's out, and you have a nice chilled rosé, first step, yes, chill your rosé. It is always
Yes.
better if it is chilled. Yeah, sitting outside, having this, it doesn't need anything else to pair. It doesn't need another person to sit
it
with
doesn't.
you.
It's actually nice. I mean, it's nice both ways, but it does need the sun for me. But I will drink rosé without the sun. That's not true. But I mean, it just pairs so well on a sunny day, and it's hot, and you get this nice chilled glass of rosé. It's beautiful.
That is all true.
It's just the best time to drink it, but it's not the only time.
Let's go on that tangent first. We drink rosé every now and then, a couple other times when it's not sunny.
Yeah.
Those times being
I feel like it's a quiz.
it is a quiz.
Sometimes on Thanksgiving.
Sometimes on Thanksgiving. Yeah, rosé actually pairs really well with turkey. A spicy Gewürztraminer actually pairs better with Thai.
I was like, the
but-
Gewürztraminer not spicy.
Yeah.
You mean spicy.
Yeah, with spicy foods and things like that. So yeah, sometimes rosé does really well with all of that. So we often have a rosé chilled on Thanksgiving, and we'll have a glass with part of the meal.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, if you've got some rosé, save one bottle for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Any other times?
When we have people over that don't love reds.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, so what's different about it? One, it's chilled. In terms of, different than a Cab, a Syrah, anything like that. What does that do for you?
Well,
Wow. These chocolates are going to melt.
I was like, are they already melted?
Goodness
That's really fun.
gracious. We are going to try this with some food just for some fun, just to see if it changes anything.
Yeah.
But I'm going
I
to
think
open this
people
and see if that's going to happen.
normally think that it is already melted.
It's already.
Just the rosés tend to be sweeter and a little easier to drink if you're not used to red wine or big fan of red wine because it tends to be heavier and I think it just feels lighter to most people and
It does, and therefore I think it actually gets a bad rap because
Yeah.
people are like,
oh, it's juice.
Yeah, it's just juice. It's cheap. You can
Yeah.
find any cheap old rosé, and it's totally fine.
Yeah.
And that is true, of course. Yes,
Well, sure.
There's
But there's
juice
cheap
out
wine.
there. Yeah. as we've talked about.
This isn't
buy
one of
into
them that we're drinking.
No, so we are drinking. We've I think talked about them before. Out and Hunter.
We love them.
Love them out on Whidbey Island. Buy local. Fantastic. So this is their 2021 rosé. It's excellent. He's just
good.
done 2 rosés. This is, I think, only his second, and it's It's super good. So again, if you're one of our few wine listeners that's a wine snob, man, go buy this. Buy the good stuff. Buy the really really good rosés. It's out there. Alcohol content's always going to be lighter, so you can drink way more. Big plus there.
This one's like, it's 13.7 though, so it's actually more than.
Wow, yeah, it's pretty legit.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Very good.
I
And
was wondering what kind of.
it does actually pair with things like, so we've got blackberries.
These are really good too, by the way. Costco blackberries right
They're
now.
very yummy.
They were good. Oh my gosh, that one's so good.
Oh, and it does. It's
I haven't
funny.
even tried the one. I'm talking about the blackberry.
Yeah, they're just the blackberries. They're just amazing.
Okay.
If you've got a charcuterie board, little fruit plate, something like that, a little bit of chocolate, yeah, you don't need it to drink with your rosé, but it's gonna be nice.
Okay, I'm gonna try it with one of our
Ooh,
golden raspberries.
they call me Farmer Bill.
I'm not sure who they are, but yeah, he actually does grow some nice things out there, I must say. And these golden raspberries are the bomb.
Thank you, Matt and Katie Lashwell.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are the greatest.
Gosh,
Gave us the starters.
oh my gosh, they're so good.
Mm,
I mean,
just fantastic.
mm-hmm.
So, yes, hard to find rosé. Hard to find. You know, if you go to most winemakers now, most of them have rosé.
Yeah.
They've all bought into this idea that, yeah, people love it. There's a time, there's a season. You want to make it happen, so it's there. There is some mass-produced stuff that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And we're gonna crack open one of those next and show
Finish
that to
this
you.
thing.
Yes, so we got to knock this one
And
down here.
do note that Bill took out our cute little rosé/white wine glasses because we do use different glasses, wine glasses for reds versus whites and or rosés.
We do. It is all about the swirl and the nose, and certain glasses do bring out certain things, particularly in red wines.
Yeah. Okay, but then
We're
let
not
me ask
that.
you this.
We're not that.
Yes, because there's different wine glasses for different varietals of red wine. Like
Yes.
there's a Merlot glass and there's
Yeah.
a Cab glass, and we don't do that.
We don't
just
do
have,
any of that.
We have just monster glasses for our wine.
For
We
as
could
much
probably
red
pour a
wine as
bottle
you
in
can
it,
pour in
but,
there.
but then for the rosés and the whites, we use the little ones. But would you put the rosé or the white in the big glass and make a difference? I know it'll make a difference to put a red wine in this glass.
Yes.
I mean,
Um,
what do you think?
I don't know that I have as strong a palate to be able to figure that out. Part of it is that, again, you're not meant to be sipping an entire glass with dinner where you want it to get oxygen and things like that. And also, I think part of it is, and we're actually doing a bad job of this, like by having your wine out and in a big glass, it's going to warm up faster.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
And
that
you
makes
don't
sense.
want that. You want
That's
it to
probably
to
the biggest
stay.
reason
Yeah.
for me then. I actually didn't think about that, but
You want it to stay
Smart.
chilled, and so if you pour only a little bit at a time, and then generally leave your bottle
you
back
have to
in
pour
the
for you
fridge.
first because I.
I do. I totally do. So we're going to talk about Mr. Pink. Mr. Pink is again pretty easy to find. Should be all over the West Coast. It's a screw top, as you heard. So
Honestly, screw tops are the best.
screw tops are great for summer stuff.
Especially, yeah, for a rosé and you're out and
Mhm.
about, I guess. You could.
And that's it. Yeah, you can.
Easier to.
You can
open.
spend $15, $20 on a rosé. You really shouldn't be spending more than $20 on a rosé unless it's Gramercy, I guess. But yeah, you're not looking
Ooh,
for
that's
that.
pretty then,
Yeah, you
actually.
can find
Oh, my-
you can find this Mr.
oh, this
Pink
is Mark Ryan.
for about $10. I think $11. And again, for those people that only drink juice rosé, $7, $8 and stuff, step up just a little bit. Go for this.
I'll send you $3.
You're leave your address in
asked
the
me,
comments.
And I will send you $3
I'll send you $3.
if you will move up a shelf.
I totally should.
You know, I never read the comments, so
There you go.
direct message me. I don't know.
That's interesting. Now, all right. So yeah, try them back to back. Big difference.
Yeah, and actually, can't even place what it is.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think I can taste the sugar a little bit more
In this one?
In the pink.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's funny with rosés too because unless they're like really, really bad. I don't know that maybe it's just I don't have the palate to differentiate as much. You know, I with red wine I can tell much more like, ooh, like that one is
I agree.
cheap.
It's easier to find a cheap rosé.
Yeah.
An inexpensive.
And I'm sure a winemaker would totally disagree
I
with
know.
us on this and be like, no, it's super hard to make a really good rosé. I'm sure that's true. But it's pretty easy to drink a rosé, I guess. I don't have a problem
It is, and part of
with
that's
many.
this. It's beautiful
Yeah.
out. It's sunny. You should be on vacation. You should be done with work for the day. All of those
I
things
was
should
just
be
going to
true.
say, at least done with work for the day. I am done with work for the day.
I am not, but that's okay.
He should be, because it's his
Okay.
day off. So
Well.
that's his own problem. I'm sorry.
It's a little behind the scenes on the marriage there. We'll edit that out in post.
Somebody's
Well,
a little bit of a workaholic, that's all. That's okay.
so
So is my dad.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You did marry your
I
father.
did.
There's no.
I don't feel bad about that. My dad was a wonderful man.
I agree. On to other things.
Yes.
The raspberries are really good with this one.
I didn't try the
You
raspberry.
gotta
I tried
try
the
that.
golden ones, but
Yeah,
I
you
went
gotta.
back to that blackberry. It was so good.
Yeah, we'd try the chocolates, but they're all pretty much melted, so we're just gonna let that
You know
go.
what? And I really don't love rosés with chocolate, and I think because
It doesn't
the
change it
rosés,
as much, yeah.
well, and they already feel like more sugary than a red, which is probably not. I don't know that it's even true.
No, but you're
but
right.
it feels like it,
Yep.
and so having chocolate, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to pair as well for me. I mean, yes, I know this is sweet and sugary.
But it's natural.
It doesn't matter. It's
It's a natural.
whatever my, I don't know. brain tells me.
That's it. Well, hey, we always say, if you like it, drink it.
Oh.
That's how it goes. So there you go. I hope wherever you're at, it is actually summer, that it is warm enough for you to throw a bottle of rosé. Find one, experiment a little bit.
Sorry. Two things.
Yes.
First of all, how long after you open the rosé
Good
would
question.
you drink it? Because I know the answer. I know the answer is different than a red
Yes. Yeah.
for you. And
so-
me too.
So oftentimes with the red, if stored well, you can keep it overnight if you don't finish the bottle. We always recommend finishing the bottle, but if you're not going to, you can recork it, put it back in the fridge for a day, and it'll be fine. Rosés and whites you can sometimes keep a little longer in the fridge. They're designed for that. Part of the trade-off with that is that you actually can't keep most rosés longer than their season. They need to be bred actually to lay down. Whites and rosés aren't meant to be kept for years and years and years. Most of them. Some, of course, the really, really good ones are. But yeah, the ones that we buy, often we try to drink within the season. Odd and Hunter will be one of the few that we'll hold for a little while.
Yeah.
O and Row and others.
Because these
but
are both 2021s, and
Yep.
we would not be drinking a red 2021.
we would not be drinking a red 2021. These are fresh. They're meant to be done.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could probably keep this in the fridge a couple of days.
Other people would drink it 3 days at least.
Oh, 3 days.
Bill won't,
Oh.
but again, with the red, he won't drink it past a day. I might, depending on how desperate I am. But to be fair, a bottle of red in our house,
Doesn't last.
it won't last. I mean, we can finish that in, well, we could finish it in one day, but for sure in 2.
Yes.
So we don't usually keep it more than
Right.
2 days. But these.
These we only have just a small glass while we're sitting outside.
Yeah, well,
So-
and that's the other thing I was going to say is for me personally, I often want red wine after
Yes.
a glass of rosé. Like, I love a glass of rosé, and then I'm like, okay, now I want a glass of red.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah, and I think that's great. Again, because then, maybe you drink half a bottle of red and you save that for the next day as well, because you don't need to drink that much. All kidding aside.
2 glasses.
2 glasses is plenty. Yeah, having a glass of pink while you're outside enjoying the sun, and then a glass of red with dinner, or while you're watching a terrifying episode of Stranger Things or whatever it might be.
Then it's a 3 glasses because that show terrifies me right now. Season 4, it's terrifying.
No spoilers,
It's terrifying.
but it is terrifying. So yeah, we'll cork both of these. Put them back in the fridge. We'll drink some more tomorrow because it's going to be another beautiful day tomorrow.
Yeah.
If
And
we've still got some on Sunday, we'll drink it then. But that's probably about where it'll last for us.
Unless any of you come over tomorrow, you can help us finish them.
There you go. Invitation's open.
I guess you have to post this quick.
I guess we better post it. But that's the whole point. We don't want to drink alone. We'd rather drink with you. Come join
Cheers,
us for the next time. It is sunny at our house. The rosé will be open.
Chink.
Bye.
Bye.